Viddy, how you doing? Welcome to Rob Chapman's balcony side emblazoned chats, and today I'm asking the question, is NAMM dead? Now this is a two-part series. Number one is NAMM Dead discussion, and then number two, I'll be at the NAMM show making a very honest judgment as to whether or not that phase of something that's been really important in my life over the past 14 years, has it gone, or is it having a renaissance, a rebirth? Is there a change in the music industry which is being forced upon NAMM through COVID? So if you're not aware of the NAMM show is North American Musical Merchants. It's this big music industry show in Anaheim, California, home of Disneyland, Red Robins, which I love, Cheesecake Factory, all the good things. And for the longest time, it has been this sort of bastion of coolness. Before I was working, before I owned a guitar company, I was able to go as a demonstrator for Orange amplifiers, but I knew about it before I got to go with Orange, which actually almost warrants an entirely new video. And so I'd heard about it, I was excited, I knew that, Kirk Hammett had been there and Joe Satriani and all your favourite musicians turned up at the NAMM show and did these, demonstrated, played, just walked around, it was just this amazing place where you could be amongst people that you massively respected. And so I'd always wanted to go. Got the chance to go with Orange. Had just the most incredible time. It was the biggest thing I'd ever seen in my life. The main hall at the Anaheim Convention Center, it's got one of those sort of, you can almost see the horizon. It's huge. It's like if you ever walk into Target for the first time, thank you, as a British guy, and look at it, it's like, man, this is unbelievably big. And it's kind of overwhelming at first. Just the sheer scale, the money people put into it, it's millions and millions of dollars going into infrastructure and paying artists and all this stuff. And really what it's for is, it is for a guitar store or a drum store or a whatever, any store in MI or a distributor to meet brands, meet artists and do business. It's a business show. So I think one of the reasons that it became this coveted thing to go to was because the general public couldn't really go to the show apart from on a Sunday, I think it was, where you could buy a ticket and go, or if you were part of a school or a college and it was part of their curriculum. But really, the business was done. Sorry, people love driving here. The business was done Thursday, Friday. People were out of there or hung over on Saturday, and then Sunday was a done day. So it became, when you can't have something, you want it more. That's what it was like with the NAMM show. Anyway, let me describe my first time at NAMM. I'm demonstrating for Orange. I'm completely naive. I have no idea about, I'm going to call it rock and roll lifestyle. I grew up in Wiltshire, didn't drink, didn't do any drugs, wasn't really interested in women particularly, maybe a little bit. I just wanted to rock. And I loved guitar, and I was obsessed with Joe Satriani, Steve Vai, or just Marty Friedman, all these amazing guitar players who I still love to pieces. For whom, in my opinion, Larry Basilio is carrying the torch right now, by the way. So I went to the show, immediately was given Jägermeister. I'd never drunk that before. The Orange guys had hidden a carton of Jaeger inside a crush amp, and every time I played a set, which was every hour, they gave me a shot of Jaeger. And as a young guy that didn't really drink, I was absolutely hammered beyond belief within the first sort of 4 hours. By the afternoon, I was done. It was pretty funny.
We are Rob Chapman. He's Rob. I'm Chapman. We are playing clinics for Orange Amps.
And I think actually my playing improved at first and then dramatically degraded. But it didn't matter because I was having a great time and everyone was deaf halfway through the show anyway. There weren't really lots and lots of noise checks. You know, volume went ridiculously high. The orange stand was this castle made of amplifiers. And I was just in this dream, this haze of all these artists. At one point, Paul Gilbert walked past the orange stand, stopped, turned to look at me and went like this, and then walked on. That was my first ever encounter with an artist that I truly, deeply respected and admired. And it had such a deep, profound effect on me because it was like a part of me was one of them. Do you know what I mean? I was demonstrating on the stage and he stopped and he was like, we're together. Man, blew my mind. Such a lovely guy. Because I'm nothing like as good as Paul Gilbert. I'm not even a fingernail on Paul Gilbert's hand. But anyway, that was NAMM for me. My first experience, loads of food, going to Red Roofs, trying my first kind of real steak, trying barbecue for the first time. Man, I can't see anything, by the way. It's better. It's so bright out here. American barbecue blowing my mind. Just American people from all over the world coming to the same place. The Hilton bar afterwards, where it's like Snoop Dogg just walks through. I saw just all these amazing artists that you see on television were in a real place. Anyway, this video is called NAMM Dead because COVID smashed this tradition of people needing to go to a place to work. And suddenly what happened, this will have happened to every single one of you, is you did your work from home on Zoom. And it was kind of fine. It wasn't as good. It was a little bit awkward. But, you know, and for example, you think I'm wearing trousers. I'm not wearing trousers. You think I'm not wearing socks or shoes. I'm practically naked from the pants down. But you got no idea. That's Zoom in a nutshell. It was like business on top, party on the bottom. I got my kids playing with Lego in the background. It doesn't make a difference, you know. There's a different vibe. People started to like it, you know. And I think a lot of people in the music industry realised, wait a minute, we didn't do the NAMM show because we couldn't. And we did the same amount of business, but we didn't have to spend $100,000 on a stand. If you've never had to pay for a stand at the NAMM show, it's incredibly expensive. You've just come from the fridge because it's so hot that my phone died after 5-7 minutes of filming. It just turned itself off. Anyway, it's incredibly expensive to create a stand at the NAMM show. Minimum, you're looking at 20 grand American dollars to just build anything that is of any kind of presence or note whatsoever. And yeah, so lots of brands couldn't do the show, but did the same or similar business and didn't spend their 50, 100 grand at NAMM. And I think it made us all realise, I mean, when I say all, I mean companies that make and sell music products, that we loved NAMM for something else. We loved it for the fraternity, the sorority, the camaraderie, the getting together, the getting drunk, the hangs, you know, the social element. And it's so important. So it's just one of the most important things. It's what makes music so special, is this getting people together and making friends. I mean, the majority of my endorsements as a young artist came from going to the NAMM show. As an artist growing up, I knew if you wanted to get a deal with a brand, you went to the NAMM show, and you spoke to them and you played for them. And then it was kind of like, you know, like a narrative, like a story. I got you, dude. You're on us. You're with us now. You can join Daddario or you can join Gibson or whatever it is, you know. And that's how I got involved with brands at a really young age. Anyway, fast forward to now. It's not happened for a couple of years. It got moved. 2 shows became 1. And I'm going to the NAMM show in just a week and a bit's time. Now, I know for a fact that lots of the big brands are not going to be there. They're not going to have a stand. Chapman does not have a stand, neither does Snake Oil. But lots of brands are still sending people to go and hang. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going with Dan Orchard, Chapman's new marketing sales guy, and we're just going to be free roaming the show, meeting artists and distributors and retailers and a really exciting new retailer, and doing business, you know, in and around the show. And I just wonder if that's what NAMM needs to become, whether it's going to change to this more social integration, fun, almost like a party vibe, and less about big stands, big money, and you know, in a way, the social media thing that kind of grew from the NAMM show. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I mean, a lot of my biggest videos came from being at NAMM. I remember I was one of the first people to film Metallica's Iron Cross guitar, and over the sort of 2 nights, I literally uploaded it, went to bed, woke up, and it had like 50,000 views, and I was like, what? This was back when 50,000 views was a lot of views. So anyway, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna report, warts and all, tell you what it's like, and my gut feeling is that NAMM has changed and will have to continue to change to adapt to what people have learnt through the process of COVID, which in a sense is quite sad because I really love NAMM, but in a way it's good because it pushes us forward into this new, more focused on the personal relationships and the friendships and building systems that way, rather than just throwing money at, you know, stands. Do you know what I mean? So I'm interested in your point of view. Let me know in the comment section below what you think, what you think I'm going to find when I get there, what you would like me to find, if there's a particular brand that you know is going, you want me to speak to. I'll obviously be speaking to people from Victory, from Orange, from BadCat, from Ernie Ball. You know, I'm going to meet all sorts of people that you know, Larry Basilio, Rabia Massad, just dudes. We're going to hang. It's going to be fun. Anyway, let me know what you think. Take it easy. Have a good video.